What's up, everybody? Today's video, I want to do a Raw review. This wasn't a bad show. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was okay. It was some shitty matches, but it is what it is, right? We just gotta go with it, right? So they start off with the show, right? Showing this stupid ass TKO sign in front of the fucking arena. We're in Kansas City, in front of the T-Mobile Center. Salute to Kansas City, man. But anyways, nobody likes TKO. They're full of money. They're doing a bunch of commercials and collabing with a bunch of companies and not giving a fuck about wrestling needs. You know what I'm saying? So we find out that Nick Aldis is here. SmackDown General Manager will be here tonight to take over Adam Pearce's role, who is now out due to the doctor's orders. Where I don't know why. What's wrong with Adam Pearce? Like we're gonna sit up here act like he was hurt or some shit, or he was threatened or something. You know what I mean? So I don't know why he's out, but I really don't care. So then tonight we're gonna have Rhea Ripley versus Roxanne Perez and Ivy Nella versus fucking Stephanie Fakar. That's cool. Hopefully we get some new fields and new matches going forward. You know what I'm saying? So basically they have the recaps from last week, right? Where Braun Breaker siding with Seth Rollins and they attack CM Punk and Roman Reigns. Bro, I'm really getting tired of these recaps. Like, how many fucking times can we gotta see this shit? Like, everybody and their grandma sure as hell saw what happened last week on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, can we just get to business already? Like, damn. So Seth Rollins comes out. He comes out with this stupid uniform, looking like a fucking Marine Sane or whatever from the 1940s, right? With Braun Breaker and Paul Heyman coming out with suits. I like this, man. I like when they're coming out in suits. This is what fucking Seth Rollins needs. He can still wear the glasses, but have him come out with a suit and get serious, man. Stop with the goofy ass walk and coming out here with tap shoes. You know what I'm saying? Seth Rollins needs a black suit. Really, we need to get serious here. Like, the music and the looks and the act on the fucking on TV is really fucking stupid. You know what I'm saying? Seth Rollins starts off by saying, "I am your host. Welcome to Monday Night Raw. I am Seth freaking Rollins." So, like, I see these glasses he's wearing, right? Why is he wearing these fish eye wearing glasses, right? He's got like a fish fucking design color he's wearing, right? Or look, whatever he's wearing, right? It looks really stupid, right? So basically, he says, all you guys do is cheer for CM Punk. I barely hear the CM Punk chants. That's basically what he's saying. Me too. I barely hear it too. Like, really, nobody's gonna give a flying fuck about CM Punk in the next 20 years. Let's just be honest, in 10 years, to be honest. So of course chants are gonna die down from CM Punk, right? He says Roman Reigns sucks. You guys might as well put your fingers up as well. But you guys are looking at the future of this industry. The future runs through Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Paul Heyman. Basically what he's saying is it runs through Seth Rollins, right? Because he's putting on Braun Breaker, right? Sami Zayn comes out. He says, I saw the match at WrestleMania. And we've been friends for 20 plus years. I want to tell you, man, this is some bullshit that's going on with Braun Breaker and Paul Heyman you got going on. And you talk about Roman Reigns and CM Punk, but they are above your shoulder. I totally agree, right? So he basically says this, right? He says, you talk all this shit about CM Punk, but I think you're jealous, man. You want to be like Roman Reigns so bad with the bloodline. You take his wise man, you got your dog with you. You know what I'm saying? Like Roman Reigns had Paul Heyman and Solo Sikoa, right? So I agree with Sami Zayn. I think Seth Rollins is trying to really get under Roman Reigns' skin here. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, Roman Reigns don't give a fuck about Paul Heyman. So what can you expect? What can Sami Zayn say? You know what I'm saying? So Sami Zayn then threatens Braun Breaker, say, if you don't stop looking at me, I'm gonna smack the shit out of him, or whatever he says, right? So Seth Rollins says that this is the division of the future. You are with us or you're not with us. It's not a threat. It doesn't matter if I love you or if I care about you. If you get in my way, you are a threat. So we could do this. We could get you moved out Monday Night Raw. I'll talk to Nick Aldis, Adam Pearce, if you're okay with that. So basically, Seth Rollins is trying to threaten Sami Zayn and wants to get rid of Sami Zayn, right? So basically, we're not stupid here, right? So he keeps threatening him and shit, right? So then basically, Braun Breaker gives him the look. He gives him the, you want some kid? You want to get hurt? You finally get hurt face to Sami Zayn, right? As Sami Zayn talks shit and they walk away, right? So let's move on. There is a highlight of Stephanie versus Io Sky last week, right? We need more highlights like this, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm really sick of the commercials, but eventually we get to a commercial when Rhea Ripley makes her entrance, right? We get to a commercial. Then up next we have Rhea Ripley versus Roxanne Perez. This is an okay match. I'm not gonna lie to you, right? So basically, we start off with Roxanne running out the ring twice, you know. So basically, she throws Rhea's jacket at her, right, and kicks her back. Rhea gets up and smacks her and drop kicks her, right. She then throws Roxanne to the barricade, right, and then Roxanne gets up and slams Rhea's leg into the turnbuckle. We get to a second commercial. Wow, just fucking wow. We get to a second commercial. Just a waste of time, you know. So we get back to the match. Rhea Ripley starts whooping her ass. Then eventually Roxanne puts her in a DDT, and Rhea Ripley kicks out of the move. Julia and Perez start attacking Rhea Ripley after the match, right? And then Io Sky comes in and saves fucking Rhea, right? So I think we're probably gonna have Io Sky versus Roxanne Perez. I don't know, or maybe just make Rhea versus Julia next week. I don't really know. Like if Rhea's gonna have a place on Backlash, she might as well. She might as well just fight Julia, and we have Io Sky versus Perez. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are saying it should be a fatal four-way on SmackDown with Jade, Tiffy, Nia, and Naomi, which I don't agree. You know what I'm saying? We should just keep it a separate, you know, we got 4 women's matches. You know what I'm saying? So let's just stick with that and let's do better, you know? So Judgment Day, they have a segment, right, backstage. Finn Balor tells JD, why haven't you called me back? Excuse me. Why haven't you called me back? I called Dom, and he says some more of the bullshit, right? I don't know why. Regular Judgment Day shit. So Liv starts asking, why aren't you guys ready for your match? Blah, 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 blah. They said they have a match coming up. It's going to be the War Raiders versus JD and Finn Balor tonight, right? Good shit, right? I'm so glad they didn't say, oh, next week or at Backlash, it's going to be a tag team match. Just make it this week. Make it tonight. You know what I'm saying? Make sure our champions are wrestling. So I think Triple H is finally listening, man. Finally having our tag team champions wrestle, man. You know what I'm saying? I think they wrestled before. It doesn't matter. But I'm seeing champions are finally wrestling, man. So then eventually, we get to our third commercial, right? And then after the commercial, Logan Paul cuts a promo, right? With the same old bullshit, right? He says, hey, yo, y'all remember when I beat AJ Styles last week in Las Vegas? You people were mad. Kansas City doesn't know greatness that's in front of you. And some other bullshit. Like, bro, shut the fuck up. You're just a YouTuber. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not Stone Cold. You're not Ric Flair. You're not Hulk Hogan. Like, Logan Paul comes out like he's some fucking living legend. And I understand. He's the star of the landscape of the internet. But at the same time, the whole world's not going to acknowledge that shit. Let's just be honest. You know what I'm saying? But Logan Paul, you know what I'm saying, he's a good wrestler. But at the same time, his promos are getting whacked. Let's just be honest. I just got to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? He says, your real champion should not look like Jey Uso Yeti and look and dancing and shit. He says, I want to become world heavyweight champion. Jey Uso then comes out with the Uso. He says, you think after 15 years fighting my own name, I'm going to hand this shit to a punk-ass YouTuber? Holy shit. He just went in. He says, you think I'm going to hand this shit to some punk-ass YouTuber? After all I went through for 15 years, nigga? He said, I watched Gunther be my own brother, Jimmy, nigga. And this title is earned. I earned this shit by being Gunther's ass at WrestleMania. And you want it, nigga? Come get it. Logan Paul that says, you sound stupid. Yeah, you sound stupid. I did more than you in the past 15 than you did in 15 years. I'm taking your title, and it will be a shorter reign than your Intercontinental Championship reign, right? Then Logan Paul gets dropkicked by Jey Uso, right? So basically, I think at Backlash, we're going to get Logan Paul versus Jey Uso. This has been going around on the internet, and this is not bad. You know what I mean? Give him a little shot here and there. You know what I mean? So up next, we have the War Raiders versus Finn Balor and JD McDonough. Bro, this match is really boring. Like, I don't even want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really boring as shit. I don't know if it's me, but the tag team division now is just really not hitting the same before. Like, you know, since the Usos been doing their own thing, we don't have any tag teams. The New Day's been trash and garbage. You know, with Biggie involved, it was really funny. Let's just be honest. I gotta be honest, bro. But the whole pancakes and the cereal thing and the trumpets was stupid. But with Biggie and that shit was really great. Let's just be honest. So, yeah, man, the tag team division doesn't hit the same. You know what I mean? But we had a great TLC match on SmackDown, but that can't save SmackDown. You know what I'm saying? But it was a great match. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, let's just move on. Becky Lynch comes out, man. She comes out mad as hell. You know what I'm saying? She explains what's been going on and everything, why she turned on Lyra, right? So she says she attacked Bayley. She's the one who attacked Bayley. She says she was attacking her since 2019. So she's saying that Bayley had been attacking her for a long time, right? She said She goes all in. She goes all in, right? She says Lyra is friends of Bailey, and without me, she wouldn't be here in this business. She calls Bailey a bitch and just, has a lot of jealousy for Bailey. You know what I'm saying? We never seen them one-on-one at WrestleMania, so hopefully this year we'll see a feud between Bailey and Becky Lynch, what will happen real soon. So Lyra Fakira comes out and says, people warned me about you. Bailey even told me you were a fucking snake, right? She cuts this boring ass promo, right? And basically, then she says that you're still mad that I beat you for the NXT Women's title in 2023, right? So she just gets Becky so mad, right? That Becky's like, you ungrateful bitch. Without me, you want to be here in this company. You punk. You want to be here without me. And then Lyra just kicks her, right? Just kicks her right from the top rope, right? And Becky just starts running away and shit, right? Lyra celebrates with the fans and shit. And then eventually Becky comes from behind and beats her up like a coward, right? So that's what we gotta deal with. You know what I mean? So basically we're gonna have fucking Becky Lynch versus Lyra Fakira for the Women's Intercontinental Championship at Backlash. You know what I'm saying? But all these fucking titles in the way, man. And they're trying to make this Women's Intercontinental thing so interesting with Becky Lynch. I don't understand why you gotta make all these championships, bro. It's still a waste of time. You know what I'm saying? Let's just move on, right? Nick Aldis runs into Penta backstage, right? He says, next week you will face JD McDonough because he interfered in the fucking tag team match, right? And they tagged JD McDonough because I don't know why, but it is what it is. I don't care. You know what I mean? So up next, we have Ivy Nile versus Stephanie Fakara, right? This is a boring match, to be honest, right? But at the same time, Stephanie's a good in-ring wrestler. It's just Ivy Nile, and I don't know if it's me, but it's just a boring match. You know what I mean? So basically, fucking Gable grabs fucking Ivy Nile's foot and puts it on a rope, right? Stephanie Fakara comes out and yells at Chad Gable, but then eventually she gets suplexed. Stephanie then hits her with the suplex off the top rope. And I forgot to finish her name of her finisher, right? So basically, she gets the win. 1, 2, 3, right? I didn't really care about the match, let's be honest. I didn't really give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I really just don't care. You know what I'm saying? Let's move on. Nick Aldis then talks to AJ Styles about his potential opponent list, right? So basically, they talk backstage, right? And then Liv and Raquel and Dominic come up out of nowhere, and they just talk about nonsense. I don't know why. So Nick Aldis says, you girls could deserve some time off, right? Dominic like, I deserve some time off, too. He's like, why? Nick Aldis is like, why? He's like, because I'm the champion. You know what I mean? And Nick Aldis is like, well, you just won your championship, and you should be defending your title every week and show up. But why would you give Liv and Raquel time off, and then you won't give Dominic time off? You know what I mean? At the same time, Liv and Raquel should be defending their championships. So what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Just boring, shitty ass booking. Not Nick Aldis' fault. You know what I'm saying? So basically, AJ Styles was just like, you know what? I got a shot. I got a idea. What if I face you for your championship? Fucking Dominic is like, what is this, a retirement match? So in the Judgment Day, he walks away, right? And he talks to fucking Nick Aldis. He's like, I got a great idea. He's like, I got you. You know what I'm saying? So basically, we're probably going to see AJ Styles versus Dominic Mysterio at Backlash for the IC title, right? So we all know Dominic is going to retain. And then eventually, AJ Styles is probably going to win it next pay-per-view. So, yeah, that's what's going to happen. I don't mind. Sami Zayn fucking walks backstage, right? He walks back and forth. He's wondering what he's going to say tonight to Seth Rollins. And then Karrion Kross tells him, you better make the right decision. I know you're going to make it. And it's really what's best for you. Bro, after that shoe promo he did last week, you're going to tell me Triple H is still having him doing that shit? Obviously, Triple H like, dude, you're not going to make it. You suck. You know what I'm saying? At least that's smart for Triple H. But why? You know what I'm saying? They even let him do a shoe promo. But I don't know where the hell Karrion Kross is at, but he had to do his thing. But at the same time, he knows he's not going to make it. So you might as well teach the younger one to pass the torch to them. You know what I mean? So let's move on. So basically, there's a commercial for Money in the Bank on June 17th. Wow. A 2-night event? This is bullshit, right? A 2-night event. Who was going to be on the fucking paper card, right? Who's going to be on the pay-per-view match? Huh? Bunch of bullshit. Who's going to main event night 1? The Money in the Bank ladder match? Night 2, we're probably going to see John Cena versus Randy Orton, right? And I want to talk about this John Cena versus Randy Orton match. I'm about to talk about it in my next fucking video, right? But I got a cool idea of mine. Like, imagine if fucking Bob Orton, Cowboy Bob Orton Jr., comes out there, right, with Randy Orton's family, right? They're all at the ringside, right? And then during the match, John Cena beats up Randy Orton. He grabs Bob Orton and just starts whooping his ass, right? Beats his ass and hits it with the belt, right? Because you remember when Randy Orton attacked John Cena's father? Now, you could kind of do this with Cena, right? Like, we need John Cena to have a memorable heel turn. It needs to be a memory. It needs to be talked about. And it needs to be history. It needs to be talked about. Like Randy Orton's heel turn when he handcuffed Triple H and DDT Stephanie and gave her a kiss. Why can't we have the same Randy? He just texts Bob Orton and just, you know what I'm saying? We go from there, man. But I got it coming up. I got my next video coming out. Just stay in tune. John Cena versus Randy Orton Backlash preview. Okay? So anyways, let's move on. Gunther is now suspended. Told by Michael Cole. Then Pat McAfee cuts a promo. Oh my God. So basically, he is mad about the situation that happened with fucking Gunther last week, right? He says, I want to chat with Kansas City. A lot of people forgot who I am. He says, I'm a big football player. I'm this huge, successful person. I came from a father who was a hard worker, you know what I'm saying, who was a truck driver. And now I am grateful for all the opportunities I had now. I gave back to the community. I gave back to a lot of people. And I want people to remember me when I die that I gave back. And I'm actually working hard for my fans and for my family and the people that love me. You know what I'm saying? A good promo from Pat McAfee. I like it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, man, you know, he's not this big star. You know what I mean? He's just a football star. He might have got rich. I ain't gonna lie to him, man. I really got faith and salute people who made it in life. But at the same time, Pat is not this big superstar, right? Who really cares? At the same time, he's a goofball. Let's just be honest, bro. So basically, he goes in on Gunther. He calls him an Australian asshole. He says, fuck Gunther. A lot of people try to tell me he's in his prime. You should be careful. Gunther would murder you. No, fuck that. He basically says, fuck that on live television. We need more F-bombs. But why would they unnecessary it? Why would they unnecessary it on TV? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand that. It's really bullshit. You know what I'm saying? They have to unnecessary the F-bomb, but they have to do it at the Elimination Chamber. They had Cody say, go fuck yourself. You know, unnecessary. Why can't we just, you know what I'm saying? It's really stupid, you know? Nick Aldis comes out. He tells Pat, I'm in charge tonight. Things are a little different. You want to call me out because Pat McAfee called out Nick Aldis or some shit. He said some shit about Nick Aldis. I don't remember. All I know is Nick Aldis came out and told him, right, we got to keep this professional, so please keep it down. Pat then says, I don't like when Gunther put his hands on me, Pat. You know, I just want to fight Gunther. I'm not trying to make it personal. I just want a fight right now. Nick says, no, you won't get your match. But I have an idea. We can lift this suspension on Gunther in a non-sensation match. But it will be Rusev versus Pat. I think it was a bunch here, but people are saying now it's going to be Pat versus fucking Gunther at Backlash. So there's a little botch on TV here, so I'm a little confused. Is Pat fighting Rusev or Gunther? Because either way, Pat will get squashed and get hurt. Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like the way they're booking him now. Why don't we just make it a 2-on-1 handicap match? Pat and Jey Uso. Because you know Pat's going to get squashed like a fucking tomato in seconds. So who really cares, right? So they show a preview, a fucking recap of John Cena versus Randy Orton's rivalry from SummerSlam in 2007. I thought it was a great match, but they keep saying 25 years. Like, all because they knew each other for 25 years. Dude, about 25 years ago, we had The Rock and Undertaker and Triple H running Monday Night Raw. These guys were in OVW. Their rivalry has been going on for exact 18 years. You know what I mean? So I don't know why WWE is trying to force us down our throats to think it's just 25 years. 25 years? What, because over 20 years they knew each other? No, bro. You got to know the math here, man. You know what I'm saying? So this is now the third time we got to see Sami Zayn's face. He basically runs into Jey Uso. He checks up on him and he says, I know you got big decisions tonight, Us, but, you know, good luck out there, dog. You know what I'm saying? They start hugging each other, right? Logan Paul comes from the side and knocks out Jey Uso, right? Not bad. This is going to lead to some build up to the match. I like this. You know what I'm saying? So then we get to the Seth Rollins and Sami Zayn segment. Seth Rollins goes in and says, we go way back. I understand you don't like Paul Heyman or Braun Breaker. I get it. But we've been best friends for 20 plus years. I need your respect, Sami Zayn. When I had my firstborn baby, you were the first person I called. You gave me a fight. And you gave me a fight ever since then, and I appreciate it, man. You know what I'm saying? So I need the same respect that you gave to me. I need you to make the decision, to make the best decision, is to go to SmackDown, man. He tells him to go to SmackDown. He's threatening him to tell him to go to SmackDown. It's what's best for you, and this and that. It's just what's safe for you, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Sami Zayn says, if I hurt your feelings as a friend, I'm sorry. Everything you said is true. We were great friends. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the ring, I think you're playing games around me. I just see you right now holding the World Heavyweight title right in front of me, right? I don't run away. When was the last time you see me running away, right? You're not going to threaten me, bro. I've been a target my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Sami Zayn goes in and starts talking this shit. He says, I will win a world title, but it will not be because of your favors or because of Paul Heyman's favors. I respect you as a friend, but go to hell. You know what I'm saying? So then Braun Breaker comes out with Paul Heyman with his wrestling gear in, right? So basically there's going to be a match coming up. And basically they start brawling back and forth with each other, right? Sami Zayn drop kicks him in the gut. Braun Breaker then picks up Sami Zayn, slams him. Braun Breaker starts beating his ass, right? Then throws him to the table and gives him an elbow drop onto the table. Then Braun Breaker later on gets kicked in the face, but spares Sami Zayn. He spares him once again, right? Seth Rollins tells Sami Zayn, he's trying to help him out. He says, it didn't have to be like this. You can still go to SmackDown. You still got time. You still have time. Just make the decision. Sami Zayn says, go to hell, right? He's not going for the bullshit. He's just going all in, right? Willing to take the bullets for whatever, right? So that Braun Breaker then spares him for the second time. I think the third time, right? The referee checks up on Sami Zayn, right? Feels like he's out and shit like that, right? So basically, Braun Breaker picks him up and spares him for the fourth time, right? Because, like I said, Seth Rollins is targeting people who want to get in his way. And he's going to target eventually Sami Zayn because he won't take his offer. I don't know why. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, if you're going to offer me to go to Raw or some shit because your gang or whatever is trying to run this shit down and you want to take me down, no, you got to take me down too. You're not going to make me go away because of your stupid ass bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So I totally agree with what the fuck Sami Zayn's saying here, right? So that basically Seth Rollins gets up out of Seth Rollins gets in the ring and then curb stops Sami Zayn to end the show. But Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker standing tall, right? This is not a bad show, right? But I wish we could have seen more of John Cena and Randy Orton, right? We could at least see a John Cena and Randy Orton promo, right? Like, I don't know what Randy Orton could say. I can see him just going in on John Cena, just bitching and whining and just trying to be tough or whatever. That could be funny, but what could Randy Orton say? The least I would have Randy Orton do is have him in a match with Braun Breaker. You know what I'm saying? That's the least we can do. And have Braun Breaker squash him. I don't care. But don't injure the nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because he's got a match going on with Cena. You know what I'm saying? So, but this is an okay show. We could have more, right? Like I said, WWE still sucks ass. Triple H, hope he does a better job with all the backlash he's been getting on the internet. And backlash is coming up. So hopefully he steps his game up, right? We got some okay, decent, I gotta say, some fire matches going into this pay-per-view. But let's hope they're great matches and we have great outcomes coming out of it. You know? Let me know what you guys think. I will be back with you guys tomorrow with another video.